the most important concept that you have to understand is the difference between output and outcome. As we have seen in the service definition is based on the outcome, not the output. So what is the difference? Actually, what the service providing is delivering, which is the service at the end, the service is considered an output. What the customer can do with this service, this is what we consider the outcome. So let me give you a more explanation. An output is a tangible or intangible deliverable of activity. The output can be something that we can hold in our hand, like ATM machine, like a device or something, or it can be intangible like software or information. The outcome is the result for a stakeholder enabled by one or more output. So what is the service provider is giving is the output, which is usually, or actually between brackets, it is the service. What the customer can achieve when they are using those services is the outcomes that the customer can have. So let me explain that in a very simple way. Here's, as you can see on the slide, we have the service provider who using their assets, their resources, people, technology, processes, suppliers, and at the end, they are producing an output. This output is the service, which will be the input to the service consumer. For example, let's say we're talking about a bank. So the bank is using their technology, their retail, their branches, their people, their supplier to produce internet banking or mobile app banking solution. This mobile app banking solutions will come to the customer that he will install on your PC, laptop, tablets, or connect even through the browser from their laptop to achieve their outcome of paying certain invoice, paying the credit card, paying certain utility, and so on. So the main result, if the service is successful or not, is when the customer achieve their outcome. If this outcome of the customer is not achieved easily, then this service will not be of any value to the customer. So why we are saying that? You have to focus on facilitating the outcome, not to focus on the service or the product, which means output focused or outcome focused. You have and you must be outcome focused. And this outcome should be from the customer perspective, from your user and experience perspective. If you did not consider the outcome that the customer want to achieve, I'm sorry to tell you, your service, your product will have no value at all. So let's consider this with an example. We just mentioned the banking. If you look at the bank, if you have a credit card, debit card, those are an example of output, which is tangible, something that you can hold with your hand. Even the ATM that the bank is putting across the street and across the nations is also an output, which is tangible, something that you can hold with your hand. But the mobile app of the bank is also an output, but it is intangible because you cannot catch it. So all those are example of outputs, but are you going for the bank for those outputs? No, you are going for the outcome. So what is the outcome in that case? The outcome can be that you can withdraw money anytime you want, any place you want, any amount of money that you want. If this is not achieved, so there is no outcome, although there are output. So this is an example that you have to consider. Customer needs will keep changing, and this means you as a service provider must keep watching what are the changes that happens in the customer needs, in the market trend, so that you are keeping your promise to facilitate the outcome of your customers in the form of service. So you have to be outcome focused, not output or service focused. And this outcome will always keep changing. Don't forget, this is a very, very important